Krishna Caitanya Prabhu Jive Daya Kori Sri Krishna Caitanya Prabhu Jive Daya Kori Swapashada Sri Adhama Sahaya Bhatari Swapashada Sri Adhama Sahaya Bhatari Achanta Dulabha Prema Kori Varidana Achanta Dulabha Prema Kori Varidana Shikaya Sharanagati Bhakatera Prana Shikaya Sharanagati Bhakatera Prana Dhanayatmani Vedana Kopite Varana Dhanayatmani Vedana Kopite Varana Abhasharakshi Ve Krishna Vishwasa Palana Abhasharakshi Ve Krishna Vishwasa Palana Bhakti Anukula Matra Kajara Shikara Bhakti Anukula Matra Kajara Shikara Bhakti Pratikula Bhava Bhajanangitara Bhakti Pratikula Bhava Bhajanangitara Saranga Sharanagati Koribe Jahara Saranga Sharanagati Koribe Jahara Tahara Pratana Shule Shinanda Kumara Tahara Pratana Shule Shinanda Kumara Rupa Sanatana Pade Dante Trina Kori Rupa Sanatana Pade Dante Trina Kori Bhakati Vinara Pade Duhu Pada Dari Bhakati Vinara Pade Duhu Pada Dari Khandiya Khandiya Bole Ami Tu Adama Khandiya Khandiya Bole Ami Tu Adama Shikaya Sharanagati Korohe Utama Shikaya Sharanagati Korohe Utama Sri Krishna Caitanya Prabhu Jive Daya Kori Sri Krishna Caitanya Prabhu Jive Daya Kori Swapashara Sri Adhama Sahaya Bhatari Swapashara Sri Adhama Sahaya Bhatari
Hey, Krishna, will you all hear the program? Do you hear the Kirtan?
Yes, Prabhuji. It was very sweet.
One second.
Thank you very much, Prabhuji.
Okay. Okay, so this is a beautiful bhajan by Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur Sharanagati. So we'll read the translation. Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Jivedaya Kari Swaparshad Sviya Dhama Sah Avatari. Second one, Atyanta Durlabha Prema Puri Varadane Shikhaya Sharanagati Bhagatera Prana. Out of compassion, Jivedaya Kari, for the fallen souls, Sri Krishna Chaitanya came to this world, Swaparshada, with his personal associates, and Sviya Dhama, and divine abode to teach Sharanagati. Surrender to the Almighty Godhead, and to freely distribute ecstatic love of God, which is ordinarily very difficult to obtain. Tyanta Durlabha Prema Karibare Dana. Shikhaya Sharanagati Bhagatera Prana. Very difficult to obtain. This Sharanagati is the very life of the true devotee. Now the 6 limbs of surrender. Dainya Atmanivedana Goptritve Varana Avashya Rakshibe Krishna Vishwasa Palana Bhakti Anukula Matra Kariyera Svikara Bhakti Pratikula Bhava Varjana Angikara. The ways of Sharanagati are humility, Dainya, Atmanivedana, dedication to self, Goptritve Varna, acceptance of the Lord as one's only maintainer, Avashya Rakshibe Krishna Vishwasa Palana, that Krishna will surely protect. Then Bhakti Anukula Matra, execution of only those acts favorable to pure devotion, and Bhakti Anukula, Bhakti Pratikula Bhava Varjana Angikara, and renunciation of conduct averse to pure devotion. Fifth, Sadanga Sharanagati Hoibe Yahara, Tahara Prarthana Sune Sri Nanda Kumara. The youthful son of Nanda Maharaj, Sri Krishna, hears the prayers of anyone who takes refuge in him by this sixfold practice. Practice, it is mentioned, not necessarily perfection, sixfold practice. 6, 7. Rupa Sanatana Pade Dante Trinakori Bhakti Navido Bhakti Vinoda Ode Tuhu Pada Thori. Kandiya Kandiya Bole Amito Adhama Shikhaya Sharanagati Korohe Uttama. Bhakti Vinod places a straw between his teeth, prostrates himself before the 2 Goswamis, Sri Rupa and Sanatana, and clasps their lotus feet with his hands. And he's telling them, I'm certainly the lowest of men. He tells them weeping, but please make me the best of men by teaching the ways of Sharanagati. So this is humility, simultaneous feeling unqualified, but desiring for the moon, in one sense. Enthusiasm, extreme enthusiasm, and abject disqualification. Okay, Hare Krishna. So we will read from Caitanya Mangala. Om Ajnana-timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Vayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swaparantikam Vanchakalpatarubhyascha Kripasindubhya eva cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Kham karoti vachalam pangum langhayate girim yatkripatamaham vande Shri Gurum Dinataranam. Okay, so this is the last section of this introduction. And then chapter 1 for Adikanda, the birth of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu Gauranga, it begins. So we will read this section and then let's see. I'm inspired to maybe read the Sannyas Leela from Sri Chaitanya Mangala. We'll see after this where we go. Okay, so Lord Jagannath is beginning to glorify Gauranga. So Narada Muni is traveling here and there. And Narada Muni comes back to earth, and it seems he is in Jagannath Puri. When Narada returned to the earth planet, he noticed a decline in the religious practices of the people. So he has already traveled to Shivaloka, Brahmaloka. Uh, so Brahma has told him that you go to all the other demigods' planets, you tell them that the Lord is coming. They should all advent. So Narada Muni has traveled to the different demigods' places. We heard yesterday Indra, Chandra, etc. And then finally, Narada Muni again comes back to the earth planet. When Narada returned to the earth planet, he noticed a decline in the religious practices of the people. They had given up the practices of charity, penances, and austerities. Neglecting all pious activities, men were using their bodies, minds, and words only to glorify their wives. Men were totally infatuated with women and sense enjoyment. Nobody cared a fig for yoga or self realization. Observing these symptoms, Narada became convinced that during his visit to Brahmaloka, the age of Kali had arrived on earth. So, yeah, as we understand, Narada may have spent a moment in Brahmaloka.
Hare
Meanwhile,
Krishna Prabhuji.
many, yeah,
Prabhuji, on the screen we are just seeing bhajan. It's only we are not seeing the
oops,
book.
sorry. Oh, yeah, I think I had done something wrong last time. Oh, yeah, I not shared the entire screen. Sorry. Okay, so Narada has come back to Earth, has come to Earth, and meanwhile, while he was in Brahmaloka, many years had passed in the earthly planet. So Narada saw the symptoms, and he's understanding that oh, the Kali Yuga has begun. Feeling disturbed, Narada sat down to meditate. Suddenly, he heard a divine voice in the sky. I'm Lord Jagannath, Lord of the universe, and I have appeared as Daru Brahma. I'm residing in Nilachala, beside the sea, for the deliverance of all fallen souls. Have you forgotten the past? In order to fulfill the promise of Kachayani, Devi, I have descended to distribute my Mahaprasada to everyone. Now, O best of the sages, come to Nilachala and obey my order. Overwhelmed with love, Narada cried out, O Jagannath, playing his world enchanting veena, he hastened to Nilachala. Entering the grand temple, he saw the large round lotus face of Lord Jagannath. His face was more cooling, brilliant, and beautiful than a million moons. Narada saw Lord Jagannath as a supreme personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna, the fountainhead of all incarnations. The Lord was full of ecstasy and had an effulgent smile. Now he had appeared in a most merciful form as a worshipable deity. So we discussed yesterday Yuga Avatar, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the deity of the Kali Yuga, Lord Jagannath. Falling at Lord Jagannath's feet, Narada said, Please, please, Lord Jagannath, the age of Kali has come. Please bestow your mercy. People are bewildered, extremely degraded, and full of lamentation. Controlled by their senses, they are engaged in the most gross sinful activities. Lord Jagannath smiled, touched Narada's hand, and said confidentially, Narada, now you should go to Goloka. Okay, he's sending him back to Goloka, the topmost spiritual planet. Lord Gaurasundara is residing there. Lakshmi and many other ladies lovingly serve Lord Hari, who is the only enjoyer. The residents are happy there. Radha and Rukmini are the principal queens. Along with their many expansions, they serve the Lord as his consorts. Following in their footsteps, hundreds and thousands of devotees also serve the Lord. Satyabhama serves the Lord with her incomparable beauty. and matchless qualities. Indeed, she is the most beautiful woman in the three worlds. She is the connoisseur of cleverness and knows the limits of rasa. Satyabhama enjoys charming pastimes encompassing the various rasa-laden arts. Mm, okay, so just fasten your seat belt. After worshipping Srimati Radharani, the Lord expanded himself into many forms to enjoy the rasa dance in Vrindavan with hundreds of loving gopis. With one mouth, how is it possible to describe the limitless glories of this sweet pastime? In Dwaraka, all the ladies obey Rukmini Devi. Their minds are full of devotion and they always sing the Lord's glories. Even when they are all together with Krishna, they experience individual flavors of rasa. Yeah, this is important. It's not all one. So this is about devotional service also. We're all together, Sankirtana, but the individuality of the devotee doesn't just evaporate. There is variety. Variety is the mother of enjoyment. And there are many, many devotees. They're all serving Krishna. Even when they're all together with Krishna, they experience individual flavors of rasa. Like, the when Krishna comes to Mathura to fight Shanur and Mushtika. So the audience, the different devotees, they experience differently. The friends of Krishna, they see Krishna in one way. Hamsa sees Krishna as death personified. The elderly cowherd boys and men and women, they see him as their darling child. Like that. So they're all together, but they're experiencing individual flavors of rasa. And vice versa, Krishna also. The four types of salvation are given by the Lord of Vaikuntha. Even fallen people in the material world may attain liberation by rendering devotional service. Only pure bhakti, however, can control the Supreme Lord. We discussed this in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, the six symptoms of pure devotional service. One is that one can control the Lord, and that's why the Lord doesn't give it very easily. Because not that he doesn't like to be controlled, but he doesn't like to be controlled by anyone and everyone. He likes to be controlled by his pure devotees. So he gives it very rarely. Only pure bhakti, however, can control the Supreme Lord. Being surrounded by Lakshmi Devi, the Lord is always rich, but he is always in need of the taste of pure love. As we understand, there is only one thing that the Lord wants: love. Just as sugar can't taste its own sweetness, but helps others to taste and enjoy it, similarly, with the help of bhakti, salvation is automatically attained. Liberation impedes the natural flow of pure devotional service. You should know that Prema Bhakti Yoga far surpasses the four types of liberation. The Supreme Lord of Goloka will come to Puri as Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to distribute his mercy. As the Lord of all Lords, he will have a tall golden form. Jagannath is speaking all this. By freely giving his mercy, he will mitigate everyone's suffering. He will preach, chant, and glorify the holy names. He will distribute the bliss of pure Krishna Prema to deliver all people in Kali Yuga. Now go see him, and you will get relief from all your miseries. Of course, the Vaishnava's miseries is Paradukha Dukhi. He is not miserable for himself, Narada. He is suffering because of living entities. After hearing from Lord Jagannath, Narada Muni left Puri and traveled to Vaikuntha. While moving, Narada was thinking, I have heard many confidential talks in the Srimad Bhagavatam about Mukti and Bhakti. I've also heard about that place which is unknown, unmanifest in this world, and beyond the knowledge of the Vedas. Today, I will see that place manifest before my eyes. So Narada is going to Goloka Vrindavan, and on the way, is visiting the Vaikuntha planets also. Infatuated with Krishna Prema and playing his Veena, it's like Gopakumar. Infatuated with Krishna Prema and playing his Veena, great sage moved quickly to Vaikuntha. He became even more ecstatic when he heard the sweet singing of the residents of Vaikuntha. Arriving at the gate, Narada praised Lord Vishnu with the most auspicious prayers. The Lord of Vaikuntha was sitting on a jeweled asana, surrounded by his eternal associates. Narada Muni fell at the Lord's feet in respectful submission. Immediately, the Lord picked him up and embraced him. So, all the tattvas are also there on Vaikuntha planets. Amongst the Vaikuntha planets, there is perfect, more perfect, and most perfect. Laughing and smiling, the Lord said, Narada, please reveal your mind to me. Immediately tell me the secrets of your heart. I'm eager to fulfill your desire. I will easily reveal to you whatever you can't understand. Mhm. With folded hands and a humble heart, Narada replied, My Lord Narayana, you are the super soul of all living entities. Since you already know everything, what more can I say? In your Daru Brahma form as Lord Jagannath, you told me about a wonderful form of yours. Now I want to see that form. So again, this is Achintya Bheda Abheda Tattva. So people get confused when Narada is saying here, hmm, okay, so is Gaurasundara an incarnation of Narayana? Is the avatari, or is Krishna the avatari? Achintya Bheda Abheda Tattva. So that's what he's saying. This is how we should read it. Since you already know everything, what more can I say? In your Daru Brahma form as Lord Jagannath, you told me about a wonderful form of yours. Now I want to see that form. Then Lord Narayana, the jewel mine of all transcendental qualities, said, That form is my original form, replete with many different energies, standing like a shadow. Oh, that form is my original form, replete with many different energies, standing like a shadow. They serve him in his unlimited number of incarnations. Okay, so it is clear here. Narayana is saying that Swayam Bhagavan, Krishna or Gaurasundara is the avatari, and Etech Amsha Kalapamsha Krishna Su Bhagavan Swayam. Other expansions, incarnations are his expansions. I am all pervading and within everything. Lakshmi Devi and the four Muktis follow me. I am the wealth of Lakshmi Devi. Narada, this Vaikuntha planet which you have come to, is an expansion from the original topmost spiritual planet called Goloka Vrindavan. The four types of mukti act here like a shadow covering the brilliant reality of bhakti. In Goloka Vrindavan, however, there is nothing but spontaneous, pure devotional service. Srimati Radharani is the original energy, the very embodiment of prema, Ladini Shakti. She alone controls Sri Krishna, the supreme enjoyer. Their abode is called the Mahavaikuntha, the topmost planet among the Vaikunthas. Three-fourths of the Lord's energy is found in the spiritual world. I can definitely say that Gaurahari is beyond the touch of Maya, is a desire tree full of compassion. O great sage Narada, go to his abode and take shelter of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the Siksha Guru for the whole world. Okay, now Narada sees Gauranga in Goloka. Narada moved towards Goloka, playing his veena and singing the glories of Hari. Overwhelmed with ecstasy, his body showed various symptoms of transcendental love. On one moment, he would run, calling out Gauranga. The next moment, he would stagger a few steps, turn his head around for no reason, and then run forward rapidly. Suddenly, a soothing Vaikuntha breeze flowed over him, and in the distance, he saw a wonderful effulgence, more cooling than a million moons. Narada's senses became inert when he smelled the sweet fragrance of the Lord's lotus feet. Narada saw that the residents of Goloka were in a joyful mood. Thousands of cupids surrounded the Lord, waiting to serve him. Their bodily features were very attractive. Their talking was a shower of nectar, singing, and their walking was full of dancing and dramatic gestures. They seemed completely satisfied by an inner bliss created from pure love of God. Kalpavriksha trees and Kamadhenu cows dotted the landscape. Seeing some flowering vines, Narada remembered Uddhava's desire to take birth as a creeper in Vrindavan. Soon Narada came to an attractive private grove in the inner portion of Goloka. There he saw the golden form of Krishna, Sri Gauranga Mahaprabhu, sitting upon an ornately decorated, brilliant golden throne, like Bhaktivinoda Thakur describes, right? In Gaura Arati, Ratna Simhasana. There he saw the golden form of Sri Krishna, Sri Gauranga Mahaprabhu, sitting upon an ornately decorated, brilliant golden throne. The throne was placed on a jewel-studded platform under an incredibly beautiful desire tree. Sri Krishna Chaitanya, his gentle face adorned with an ecstatic smile, sat there peacefully. His form was more nectarian and beautiful than the sweetness of honey. Mango twig. A mango twig resting atop a covered water pot sat beside the throne. So now Abhishek is going to begin. Gauranga Rai's left toe was touching the water pot. Grove was illuminated by a bejeweled lamp shining like the sun. Radhika and her gopi friends, holding jeweled water pots, stood on the Lord's right side. On the left side, representing the energies of Dwaraka. Okay, right side is energies of Vrindavan. Left side is energies of Dwaraka, were Rukmini and her followers, holding golden water pots containing jeweled water. Nagnajiti gave a full pot of water to Mitravinda, who in turn gave it to Sulakshana. She gave it to Rukmini, who then used its celestial Ganges water to bathe Gauranga Mahaprabhu. Tilottama, one of Indra's apsaras, filled another water pot, passed it to Madhupriya, who gave it to Chandramukhi. She gave it to Radhika Rai, Radharani, poured the water in Gauranga's head in Abhishek. Satyabhama gave celestial scents, dresses, garlands, and ornaments to Lakshmana, Subhadra, and Bhadra. Golden water pots full of celestial Ganges water, soaked in jewels. Everyone bathed the transcendental form of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Wow. From all four directions, celestial ladies came with wonderful clothes, jewels, and ornaments for the Lord. The best minstrel stood near Lord Gaurarai, praising him with select prayers according to the Vedas. Best meditation is to always remember the Abhishek of the Lord of Goloka. The beautiful body of Mahaprabhu shone like molten gold. His two forms were long and graceful. He was being worshipped by devotees chanting the four-syllable mantra. That same form appears with four arms in Vaikuntha. There his body is the color of a newly formed rain cloud, and he holds the four symbols of Vishnu in his four hands, Shankha, Chakra, Gada, and Padma. Upon seeing Gauranga, the great sage became overwhelmed with divine love. He fell upon the Lord's feet and bathed them with his tears. Smiling, the Lord picked up Narada and put him on his lap. At that time, Narada said, "Oh, my Lord, you are very dear to me. You have destroyed all my pains and miseries. My dear Mahaprabhu, I've never seen such an amazing things. Now my life is perfect. Never before have I seen such nectarian beauty compressed in one form. Even my father Brahma can't understand you. You are completely indescribable. Some say you are the supreme effulgence, Brahman. Others say your effulgence defies definition. There is no example to describe your effulgent aspect. Some say that you are the topmost supreme personality. No amount of speculation can measure you. One can't get liberation even if he knows all about your all-pervading energy. In this way, your transcendental pastimes defy comprehension. Ananta, with thousands of mouths, can't reach the end of your transcendental qualities. Although he's trying, he can't properly glorify you. By your mercy, I saw your form as Lord Gauranga, which was impossible for me to perceive otherwise. Yogis and Sankhyaites believe the path of bhakti is the gross way to approach the Supreme. They say only through mysticism and meditation can one realize transcendence. Nevertheless, the devotees are resolute in their consciousness. They simply fix their minds on the lotus feet of the Lord and worship Him with undivided attention. According to the Vedas, some follow the path of Varnashram Dharma. Yesterday we were hearing from Guru Maharaj all these things, Swadharma and then Paradharma. Some Munis, without understanding the Vedas, try to present the conclusions of Vedanta. Why do different philosophers present conflicting views? Some stubbornly insist that the absolute truth is non-differentiated oneness. I fully understand that you are beyond the reach of knowledge, guesswork, or speculation. Please give me the mercy of your lotus feet. Mahaprabhu demonstrated all this by his early pastimes, the futility of understanding the Lord through ascending process. Please give me the mercy of your lotus feet. I feel great anguish, my Lord. Just let me die and be reborn so that I can attain prema bhakti and lead a life of pure Krishna consciousness. After hearing Narada Muni's appeal, Lord Gauranga smiled and said, Narada, king of the sages, just come with me. Let us go to Navadvip. Wow. And we'll deliver the people of Kali Yuga by preaching my pure devotional service. I reside in Shvetadvip along with my elder brother Balaram, whose expansion is Ananta. He is served by Lord Shiva and the 11 Rudras. Balaram, in his expanded form, as Kshirodaksha Vishnu and his wife Revati are now sporting in the ocean of milk. He arranges for the incarnations to first enter the material world. Narada, go quickly to Shvetadvip and ask the Lord to take the name of Nityananda and appear on earth with his eternal associates. So he's telling to go and tell Balaram to come as Nityananda. Narada Muni, feeling blissful and satisfied in his heart to hear from Lord Gauranga, chanted Hari Bol. Lochana Das declares that one will be swept away in waves of ecstasy by hearing this transcendental conversation. Just finishing up this chapter now. Gauranga tells why he descends. Murari Gupta continues narrating to Damodar Pandit. After Narada's departure, the Lord thought to himself and then announced to his beloved associates, listen carefully as I explain why I incarnate on earth. So this whole thing begins with Rukmini telling Krishna and Narada coming to the palace. So again, the Lord is telling us, Gauranga, listen carefully as I explain why I incarnate on earth. The Lord, the greatest of all controllers, always thinks about the welfare of the world. He was surrounded by Radharani on his right side and Rukmini on his left. All his delightful queens, dear associates, and intimate followers were also present. So they were all eager to listen to the Lord's nectarian words. Millions of eyes were not enough to appreciate the unique beauty of the Lord's face. So we can understand all these associates are coming, they're going to come down, right? Radharani is, of course, she merges into Krishna and she comes as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Radharani also comes as Gadadhar Pandit. These Lalita and Vishakha, they come as Ramananda Rai and Sarup Damodar and etc., etc. So they're all there. They were all eager to listen to the Lord's nectarian words. Millions of eyes were not enough to appreciate the unique beauty of the Lord's face. As many chakora birds hanker after the rays of one moon, similarly their eyes were thirsty to drink the nectar of the moon-like face of Lord Gauranga. Revealing the purpose of his incarnations to all his eternal associates, Lord Chaitanya said, in every age I appear in the material world to deliver the saints and to re-establish religion. Without understanding the purpose of my advent, the ignorant people continue to commit sinful activities. It hurts me that after Satya Yuga, sinful activities gradually increase with the progress of the ages. Seeing the appalling condition of Kali Yuga, I feel compassionate and personally, incarnate in order to manifest my love. I will personally teach the people the difference between religion and irreligion. I will give them the most difficult to attain jewel of Prema Bhakti. In Navadvip, on the bank of the Ganges, I'll appear as a son of Jagannath Mishra and Sachi Mata. In my previous incarnations, I killed the demons, but as Lord Gauranga, I'll conquer them with my love. In my other incarnations, I took fierce forms and powerful weapons to obliterate many huge and invincible demons. In Kali Yuga, however, I'll use the weapons of my transcendental holy names, qualities, and the potency of my Prema Bhaktas, pure devotees. With these, I'll conquer the people's demoniac mentalities and award them pure devotional service to Radha and Krishna. That's it. End of chapter 1 is missing. So this is a PDF version. So I'm sure this must be published. I don't have a hard copy. Adi Khanda chapter 1. Some text is missing. Okay, so we read about 48 pages of Sri Chaitanya Mangala, or maybe 40 pages. Maybe I skipped a few, I think, in the beginning. So we'll pause here for today. See if there's any discussion. Otherwise, we can end early. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, please accept my obeisances. All glories.
Hari Bol Vinod Pranam. Yes, Prabhu.
I seem to have lost track at the early part. This is all from some Purana or which Lochandas Thakur is narrating, or was there any reference like that?
No, yeah, you missed some part. So Narada, he goes to Brahma, right? And then we hear all that. We heard all that.
Yes.
And then after that, Narada, he comes back again to the Earth planet.
Yeah.
And he sees that. So although he probably spent a few moments in Brahmaloka, but when he comes to Earth, he sees the symptoms of Kali Yuga, and he's again overwhelmed with compassion, and is concerned. And so then a voice from the sky, Lord Jagannath, speaks to him.
Oh.
Lord Jagannath speaks to him that I'm going to come as Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and he tells him that actually I'm there in Goloka Vrindavan as Gaura Sundara. You go to Goloka Vrindavan and you go see Gaura Sundara.
Okay.
And as he's going, he first makes a stop in Vaikuntha. And Narayana tells him that, yeah, he is the avatari. Go to Goloka Vrindavan. Mahavaikuntha. There are many Vaikuntha planets, but Goloka Vrindavan is the topmost. And there is this Abhishek, it is going on in a grove. So Gaura Sundara is like how it is described in the Gaurarati. He is sitting on a jewel-like throne, and queens, Rukmini and everyone, and Radharani, the residents of Vrindavan and the residents of Dwaraka, they are on either side of Gaura Sundara. The right-hand side, the Vrindavan associates are there, Radharani and associates. And on the left-hand side, Rukmini and her associates. And they're all doing this Mahabhishek of the Lord. And then Narada, he comes to that scene. And Gaura Sundara is telling him, first you go to Shetadeep. There Balaram is sporting with Revati. You tell him to come as Nityananda. And then all of us will come. Let's go to Navadvip. That's what's going on. And all this is, of course, being described by Murari Gupta to Damodar Pandit.
Yeah, so then this is all is there in some Skanda Purana or something? Or where?
No, that reference was not made. The references that were made in this introductory section were early on. Mostly Srimad Bhagavad Purana references were made, right? And then some Bhavishya Purana references were made about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's Adventist name and all that. But this is not any reference. This is Lord Jagannath directly speaking.
Okay.
And then Narayana is speaking, and Damodar Pandit. I have no idea how he has access to all this. Murari Gupta. So Murari Gupta is writing all this, and he's telling all this to Damodar Pandit. and Lochan Das
All
Thakur is
saintly
written.
people. So revelations are there, saintly
Yeah.
people.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's like Rupa Goswami, revealed, his, scriptures. Yeah. Okay. All right. Okay.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Dandavat
Yeah.
Pranam.
Haribol.
Prabhuji, I am very eagerly waiting for Lord Nityanand Prabhu's appearance.
Let us see. I don't know. We'll see what this the book is also in, some chapters are missing and all that. Let us see. I'll have to read a little bit. Yeah. And I'll have to see whether I want to read this entire book in sequence or read about the Sannyas Leela from Chaitanya Mangala. We'll see. I'll see. Think about it.
Thank you, Prabhuji. But I have this big eagerness.
Well, you can read it. Yeah. Let's see.
Yes, Prabhuji, I am praying for hard copy also.
Okay.
Thank you very much, Prabhuji.
All right. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Dandavat Pranam.
Anything else? So these lectures are there. Anyway, this on YouTube. Mostly readings. This is part 8, I think, today. We began on Gaura Purnima, I think. Yeah. All right. Okay. Thank you all for joining. We'll continue tomorrow or Monday. Hare Krishna.